Welcome to Hero Club members only.
The show where the founders of Hero Club talk to guests and players from the show about their lives, careers, and really whatever the hell else we want. I'm Nick Williams.
And I'm George Primavera. Let's do this! Welcome to Hero Club members only. Glad to have you. This is where we talk about all the things that we don't get to say on the show, 'cause that's not our thing. Welcome to Hero Club members only.
Oh, George.
Oh, Nick.
What a morning it has been for old
Tell me about
Nick.
your morning, Nick.
Pal Nick.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's get into it.
This morning I woke up at 7 to let an AC repairman into my house, which I hated. Then I left my house to go get stitches removed at the Kaiser Urgent Care, which is the worst place in the world.
How'd they do, Nick? They do a good job?
Sure didn't. It felt like they were digging around for treasure in my hand for like an hour. But I don't know. Like when I got my stitches in, it was at the the West Side UCLA urgent care, because it was a situation where it was a capital U urgent care situation where my hand was
oh no,
super
we
slashed.
have to go.
Yeah, I literally looked at Mariel and said, "It's very bad. We should go to the hospital." When I cut my hand, and when I got the stitches in, I was like, you know, this is like they did good work. I've never had stitches in. Like, I am impressed with this. Went to the Kaiser to get them out. No local anesthesia or like numbing of any kind. This woman was just kind of like tweezers and scissors getting these bad boys out in the clumsiest way I can imagine.
Yeah,
like
baby.
It felt like I was John Wick in like a prison vet doctor situation where it's like, staple me up, I need to go fight Russians some more.
Kaiser's for toughs. It's for
It
tough
is for
peeps
toughs.
only.
Also,
yeah.
I wasn't in an office. I was in the, basically the reception booth, sitting in a chair.
Oh, nice. So they got
I was
you,
just
like, right
watching
in
people checking in and making eye contact with them as I like tried to ignore the fact that my hand was being worked on. And then I went straight into therapy from that. Now we're here.
What a trooper. Everybody, round of applause for Nick Williams today. That third pair of hands you might be hearing, everybody, is our guest today. Nick, who's our guest?
He did not clap. His name is Dylan McCollum, regular of the show. You'll know him as such crazy characters.
Nobody was going to know if he didn't.
No one was going to know he didn't clap.
No one was going to know he didn't
but
clap.
I had to call him out because fuck him for not clapping. You'll know... You'll know him as Vanya, the Ram Baronoff on this season, City of Mirrors. Also, other characters like Elias, who I can't remember any of your characters, Dylan. Elias from the Preacher Boy. I don't remember anything from a week ago. So this is the worst job. I'm trying to stretch for time because George is walked away
to get my
from
charger.
the keyboard. To get his charger.
My headphones died. I'm so sorry. I'm back.
Anyway, Dylan's been on the show since the beginning, and he is an associate producer on the show. And you all know him. You know him. You love him. Dylan McCollum. How was that
What's
for
up,
an intro,
Dylan?
Dylan?
Am
Was
I
that
allowed
good
to talk
for you?
now? Am I
Yes, talk, for the love of God.
Was that good for you, Dylan?
Please, God, talk. Please talk.
It felt so wrong. Everything about it felt so wrong. For me to not say anything while crazy shit was happening on Zoom. Anyway, hey boys.
I watched George. George gave me the age-old stretch.
Stall for time.
Stall for time hand
A
motion.
a finger in a circle.
And something about that motion made me forget everything Dylan has ever done.
I put pressure on Nick, which you can't do.
Well, and I watched
my
George.
rough morning.
Oh, man.
And I got to watch
no more
George
story in
run
the
out of
tank.
his closet, jump onto his bed, and I was
you
certain
see me leap over
we
my
were just
bed?
gonna.
Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah, I saw you leapt over your bed, so I was certain that we were gonna watch you fall and break something, and then this was gonna be the
I
new
just
story.
stretched for time.
I am an acrobatic boy.
That is true.
Can't push me over, bed.
That's something. It's a fun fact about George. You can't push him over. That's true.
Except emotionally, in which case,
except emotionally.
you got it.
If you're talking emotionally, you can run over that motherfucker like a freight train over and over if you want.
You can Sparta kick
he's
me all
paper
day.
Paper thin. So easy.
Emotionally.
Nick,
But he's sturdy. Anyway, Dylan, you're on the show.
Yeah,
How's
hey
it going?
guys.
How's your day going so far?
My day's going fine. Mainly just been parsing through Hero Club clips and stuff for the stream.
yeah.
Mainly just looking at a lot of videos. That's basically what I do now, is I sit on my computer and look through videos of us doing stuff and go, was this funny? I guess this was funny. It's a really humbling project to work on.
Well, Gabe pooping his pants last week on stream. Not Gabe person. Gabe's character pooping his pants on stream was one of the funniest things. And man, do we have media of that.
I wish it was real Gabe, because
we all do.
What a handsome, put-together boy that deserves to poop his pants.
Well, I mean,
Gabe,
he decided to play. He decided to play a handsome, put-together boy on stream, and when he pooped his pants, wow,
He definitely felt it in
1,000-yard
his
stare.
little soul.
Yeah, he felt it. It was as if he pooped his own pants on stream. He was as embarrassed. It was great. But that's what my morning's been like.
I love that. Well, Dylan, let's get right into it.
Okay.
We got some questions for you. Dylan, you're a self-proclaimed board game sommelier.
Yes.
Self-proclaimed. What is one game that you think deserves more attention than it gets, and what's one that isn't worth the hype?
Okay, first of all, I would like to correct you. I was given that name by a one Zach Carlson.
All right.
And I took it and ran with it
like
to a point where it's inappropriate. I'm aware. I'm aware that I took it and made it worse, but it was not at first self-proclaimed.
Look, sure it was. But like, if you if you're given a title and then just run with it that hard, I feel like it is still self-proclaimed.
Point taken.
Because
I just needed to say
It wasn't originally proclaimed, but yeah, you definitely adopted that.
I've made it my own.
Coin it, but you did embody it.
Yes, I very much did.
In other words, you weren't born in the dark; you merely adopted it.
Yes,
is what we're trying to say.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, okay, that is a interesting question. So a game that I think deserves more attention. Honestly, I think I'll go a little bit, because I think this game isn't even known in the spheres of board game world, which I am sadly a part of. I would say Shipwreck Arcana. I love Shipwreck Arcana, and it is a little game that's just a bunch of tarot cards and some wooden tiles, and it is one of the best games out there, and it's not even that well known. It's one of the ones that's even niche for me, and so I love that game. It's a George, you play it a lot as well.
I can confirm. My girlfriend Jess and I play it constantly to the point where we have gotten very, very good at it, and it is never not fun. It's really genuinely super fun. It's like a logic number guessing game.
Yeah, it's like a deduction game that you play with each other. You're trying to. There's a lot of games that are social deduction where you're trying to suss out, who's the imposter among us, that kind of stuff. But this one is just you're all trying to help each other figure out what the secret is. It's very fun. It's a very fun game. Look it up, Shipwreck Arcana. A game that's not worth it? I don't know. I mean,
be merciless. It could be like chess. Fuck the Queen's Gambit.
Chess.
Checkers.
If I just have a hard stance on chess, that would be. So, who has a hard stance?
I feel like those games are essentially tenured at this point, so we can't touch them.
Anyone who says that is just like, okay, we get it. Come on.
Backgammon's a no for me.
I think, I don't know, this isn't a very unpopular opinion. I think that at this point, Cards Against Humanity is done. It's over. Everything about it is over.
How many times can you play Helen Keller and have it now not be like
Jesus? It was very of the time. But also I'll say that all games like that,
shock humor,
all the games like that are just absolutely done, which for a lot of board game people, they're like, yeah, we knew this, but for a lot of people who aren't It's like, I think we all kind of knew. I'll say this, if it's more controversial, is that, like, after playing a lot of board games, Catan doesn't excite me anymore. Yeah.
Ooh, that is going to be a hot take.
Catan doesn't do it for you anymore.
No. I've built up a tolerance, and it's not strong enough anymore for me.
You need those thick rules.
Yeah, I need the rules to be absolutely mind-bending and hard to teach. Otherwise, I'm not for it. I'm not for it.
Yes. You need it to be like several YouTube videos sent ahead to be like, learn the game, and then I'll explain it to you on the day when you still don't
I need to think to myself at all times, are they having fun while I'm talking and explaining the rules? Otherwise, it's not a good game.
How long has it been? Has it been 20 minutes and we haven't picked up a single piece yet?
I need someone to tell me, hey, why don't we learn while playing, while I know in my heart that that is the wrong way to go about it, and it will fail. But then I just say, sure! And then people are like, I had a bad time. That's when you know it's the sweet spot. It's my favorite kind of game. Right there.
Oh my god.
When nobody has fun the first time, but everybody wants to play the second time, but it's too late to play a second
and then we never
game.
play again.
Yes. That's
the
because it
key.
took 6 hours.
And then we never play again.
Because everyone has already forgotten how to play.
Yes. Well, I feel like we really wiped the board clean.
Nice.
With this year, because none of us played any games in person. So I feel like all of the like build-up of like, I feel like I'm pretty good at you know, Blood Rage now. All of that's gone. I don't remember any rules anymore. Nothing exists in my brain.
Honestly,
I have no bandwidth
I
for
don't
it.
either, and I think that is actually a boon for a lot of you, because sometimes you'll just be like, well, Dylan knows the rules and he's going to win. And yeah, sure, I did win every time, but I don't remember the rules anymore, so it's going to be, I think, now that it's, you know, an activity to do in person.
Dylan's board game power fantasy.
Well, here's the thing with you, Dylan, is like, you're the, I think what it really is, everyone complains about that all the time, but what it really is that none of us are actually willing to, like, sit down and learn how to be good at a game, and you're the type of person who will, like, watch several videos about, like, strategies and how to play a game to, like, fully learn the game before you play it with us, and we're all like, okay, so this is... hay's a currency, right? Okay, so I guess I'll try to trade some hay or whatever. And you're like, rookie mistake. It's
That
all
idiot
about...
didn't even tap his mana on his
Don't
first
get
phase.
me started about Magic
Fucking
Gathering.
dummy.
I will be mad at you guys, so we shouldn't even go there. Why won't you play with me?
We're not gonna get into it.
Why won't you play with me?
Yu-Gi-Oh is the vastly superior card game.
Because I was
says fifth
traumatized
grade George.
by
Yeah.
Pokemon and the amount of money my parents spent on it, and I will never spend another bloody cent. Not one more red nickel on
doesn't
a
it make you
fucking
sick
card
to your
game.
stomach on how much money you begged your
Oh,
parents
God,
to
it
spend
really
on
is sad.
card packs?
I wanna go back
I want
and
all
just
that
like
money back for a car.
punch that fat little piece of shit in the face who's like, "Oh, can you please spend all this money because
you
this
talking
card is
about
cool and I'm not
past
even gonna
you?
play on it?" Yeah, of course. That's how I refer to myself in the past.
So
tense.
the amount of money spent on cards flashes into my mind every
awful.
time we have a conversation about, like, man, we might need another mic, or wouldn't it be great to upgrade our rigs or upgrade our rooms or anything like that for more good vocal production, or get a piece of software that's like a couple $100. And I just think about how much money we wasted on cardboard. Oh, so sad.
Ugh.
Yeah.
50 attempts at a Charizard would have paid for that.
Also, probably single-handedly killed like half of the
Yeah, that's
environment with just Pokemon alone. Just like the amount of paper that was like single-use paper that went in the trash after like 8 years.
But board games are not the only games
Oh.
that you are a sommelier of, Dylan. You've also been streaming under the handle McCollum on Twitch for like several months now. What's been your favorite game that you've streamed so far? And is there anything that's like particularly difficult about starting streaming?
Yeah. So
But first answer, what game you like?
What game? So I'd say that streaming games versus playing games. This is something I didn't realize. Streaming games versus playing games alone feels very different. Even if you're streaming to like no
Sure.
one, just having the conversation out loud while you're playing the game is different. I will say that this game probably was my favorite game to stream. Maybe not even to play, but to stream was Alien Isolation. That game was so
funny watching you play
much
that game.
fun to have people with you, because it feels like when you're watching a horror movie on the couch with your friends, and like it's the only way you can watch a horror movie, because you're all like, we all hate this, right? We all absolutely hate that we're doing this.
Bolstered.
Yeah. And it was so much fun to sit down and play a horror game, and I'm gonna do it again soon, which I'm very excited about, because either it's just everyone laughing at you and you're like, stop it please, or it's just you screaming the entire time. Alien Isolation is a wonderful game. I know that neither of you will ever play it because it's a nightmare.
No.
Hell no.
But that has been by far my favorite one to play. And what was the other one? Oh, a hard thing to start streaming? Is that what it was, George?
Yeah. Well, what was the hardest part?
Honestly, and I'm still very early and new to it. I think the hardest part is genuinely learning how to talk to yourself and kind of getting over the fact that
That's what I was gonna guess.
That there may be no one watching. There are a couple of streams.
Talking to yourself must feel crazy.
I've said this, when there's a chat, and here's the thing, is that when I watch Twitch, I don't ever enter the chat, so I know that there's people who watch and like lurk, and I that's what I do, so I can't be mad about it. But when there is no one to talk to in chat, when no one is responding to anything you say or do, it is truly just an existential crisis just dawns on you while playing a video game, where you're just like, ha 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 ha, and then you just forget everything that you were talking about and everything that you were saying, and if you have any worth or value in this world, and while you're playing this video game, where usually you used to play video games and just play video games. This time you're like playing a video game, saying everything you're thinking basically. And when there's no feedback, sometimes you'll just find yourself in a deep silence. And just, I've watched the videos back of when there has been like no one in chat of me, and it is brutal to watch me just kind of like seize up for like minutes on end playing a video game, and then just kind of interject with, so the other day I was thinking about how.
Oh God!
It's gotten better.
Man, that was a good one, right? Right, guys.
I remember trying to stream like Warzone, Call of Duty, because I play a lot of that, and I remember getting so frustrated and like because I get very upset. Dylan knows this. We live together.
Yep.
He's heard me scream.
It's the funniest. It's funniest every time.
I just remember I remember being very embarrassed at how genuinely angry I was getting for the world to see, and so I stopped doing that immediately. Have you ever been like so frustrated that it gets difficult to be on stream?
Yeah.
Or do you use the? Yeah. Okay.
It is also embarrassing. I honestly, even last night, I was getting a little frustrated, and I realized I think that there are some games I just personally can't stream. And I think I was streaming Crash Bandicoot last night.
Oh,
the most infuriating game.
Yeah, I was streaming the
time.
new Crash Bandicoot, which I have enjoyed playing, but that's been like alone when I could just scream at the TV and just be like, why? Why was that happening? How?
But how?
And streaming in front of people while messing up those jumps is...
Because you feel like they're disappointed in you every time.
Every time. And I know that there are streamers who get popular for raging at stuff, and it's not really that big of a problem. I've watched people fail, and it doesn't feel bad when you're watching it, but when you are the one failing, it feels like you're just like, oh my god, I've been on this same section for like 10 minutes. They must hate me. They have to hate me so much, and it fuels it. There was this one section in Little Nightmares 2, which is a fun little horror game. You should play it. Where, I know. Where I couldn't get past this one section for about 20 minutes. And I was getting really angry. I was getting really aggro. The amount of dudes that came out of my mouth, it was like, dude, dude, dude. It was just so much. So yeah.
That game is infuriating.
Yeah,
Regress back
it is
to your
something
high
that
school,
I realize
college
I don't think I
days.
can do that too much. But yeah, so I for sure have had that happen. I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of aggro, Dylan, you went to Emerson College in Boston, and a very aggro town,
Yeah.
but also a great, yes.
Boston?
You're kidding.
Yeah.
But also a great
I'm
food
kidding,
town.
I know.
Dylan, if I were going to Beantown for 24 hours with the express goal of eating 4 meals while I was there, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a drunk bonus round special treat for me, where would you recommend I go?
Okay. So this is gonna be genuinely a little hard because I have purged so much information from my brain about Boston, just because it's been years since going there. I can tell you general like areas to go because I lived in the North End, which is almost all very high end Italian food. And the first, honestly, the place that I can tell you to go right away, and this is probably the bonus drunk place for you, is a place called Bovis. Bovis is a 24-hour pastry shop in Little Italy, in the North End. It is so amazing. That place. That is one of my favorite places I've ever been in my life. It is truly a 24-hour bakery that does cannolis and calzones and pizzas. And one time I didn't have enough money to buy milk. I don't know. I just didn't have enough money, like cash on me, because it's like not credit cards. And they were like, "You can get us back next time." And so I just was like, "You're my favorite place in the entire universe." Let me see. So obviously, it's funny because the place that I would recommend is just a place that I went to, which is not a good place to eat. It's just it's a very near and dear to my heart place called Rock Bottom. It's basically a gastropub that is like, I would say on par with is it BJ's, like BJ's, like is that a place, right, with the cookie? Yeah, it's like on par with that food. Yeah, it's on par with that. And I'd say just go there because for me it was just like so nostalgic, and they had like big old pretzels, and honestly I can't think of any other I can't think of anything else right now. I am so sorry. No, truly,
any other
my
restaurants in
entire
all of Boston?
Thought process of Boston has deteriorated to nothing in these past 4 years, because in the past 4 years a lot has happened, and I don't remember anything. I remember college like a dream.
Super fair. That's very, very fair.
Dylan, what is the likelihood? What is the likelihood that one of Nick's meals would be curb for being a goofy ass?
Understood.
Eating curb.
What's the likelihood that Nick would be eating that curb?
Splinters from a 2x4 that's swung at my head.
Luckily, you're tall enough that you're fine. Luckily, Nick is tall enough that it won't be a problem.
I just thought of that, made me laugh.
Yeah, pretty much.
I experienced that in Brooklyn.
See, that's
if you're
funny
over 6
I
foot,
feel like
I've
had kind of the opposite problem where tough shorts will sometimes pick me, because it's like, that's a lot of currency if I can intimidate that tall man.
There's
right.
It's like
that's
it's
a lot
like
of execution.
There is that, because there are some pretty aggro people. Honest, in the time that I was there, I never really had that happen to me. I don't know. I also give off this aura of like, people just don't fuck with me. I don't know. I have this kind of. Yeah,
you have a very
I think
intense
that
resting face.
Assumed I was from Boston when I was in Boston a lot, and that really helped me. But Nick would probably have like a 25% chance to eat curb. George, you're a straight up 80. George, you're a straight up 80%. Yeah, straight up 80%.
Yeah, 25% chance.
On base appearance alone.
Nah. No way. I'm practiced. I've lived in Brooklyn. I'm good to go.
You're
I can handle it.
Now you're
Nobody
a
messes
soft
with me.
West Coast boy.
I get a mean face. No.
I'll put you in the
fall
ground,
right back into my
motherfucker.
mean face.
Don't you fuck with me, George Primavera. I'm a hardened man who you should not mess with.
All right. Nick is referring to me getting mugged unsuccessfully in front of Grand Central. I pushed a guy.
Yep, you really
and then I
did.
tried to scream to scare him away, and I botched my intimidation
And got into
roll.
a cab
Let's just
and
put it that way.
fled the scene.
To keep. Let's.
Yeah.
Nick has
Let's move
quoted
on.
me. Let's. Let's move on.
Yes.
Well, Dylan, you yourself have done a lot of theater, and you are a great actor in your own right. But as we all know, acting can put you into some weird positions. What's the most awkward scene you've ever had to do in a production, and why?
Right. So
the knowledge in his eyes. If y'all could see.
Was in a show
He is so crestfallen
where
right now.
I had a blowjob live on stage. Now, it was not a real
Give
blowjob.
it to us, Dylan.
It was a simulated blowjob. So it was essentially just me on stage pretending to unzip my pants in front of an actress's face in front of an audience. And then me...
And let's set the stage that this is also Crossroads High School Theater. This is
No. This is different. No. No, that is a different story, Nick. That is a different story.
Oh, sorry.
High school?
Yeah, which I'll say it as well after this one, but this one's way worse. This is college.
Nick's
This is
gunning
freshman
for
year of
something
college.
else.
And
Got
we'll
it.
go
Freshman year
to
of
the high school one because Nick was there. Freshman year of college, and I had to receive the blowjob, and also in the show, the blowjob finishes. He finishes during on
It's
stage.
a complete...
It's a simulated blowjob to completion. We
to
understand.
completion, and also that means that I am the one who have to gauge the timing of when it's over.
But
also it can't be, so it can't go on for that long. So this guy is done or pretty quick. The worst part about it is that I did that, and my mom was in the audience, and her words to me were, "It was very believable."
No. No! So much worse. Very believable.
It was very convincing.
A+ effort.
Very believable.
Because I'm making a face and noises on stage because my face is to the audience.
No.
You are cheating to the audience.
Yeah.
Free
I'm
me from this
cheating out.
imagined hell.
The thing that Nick's talking about was actually way better because it was comedy. It's still bad, but it was...
Oh, that wasn't comedy?
No, that was a serious play.
It was an earnest blowjob.
That was like a very sad blowjob. We won't go into it. That was a very sad thing.
God.
It was a dramatic scene. This one was comedy. So
College is so fucking stupid.
I know, because this was also a student directed production. You know, I was a freshman and I didn't know
They
what.
just try to be like, what can we cram in here?
Well,
That'll
and
really
I-
make our parents go, what?
And I was a freshman and I got a big part in one of these things and I was like, oh wow,
Yep.
I am amazing at acting. And then I had to do that.
Yep. I will give this my all.
What Nick is referring to is I was in a musical called Candide in high school, a very long musical, and I was basically the narrator and also a character. In Candide, the narrator is also a character and kind of switches back and forth while telling a story. And in the story, says that his character essentially had sex with a girl, and while that was happening, I was simulating sex with the girl while narrating through it.
No.
Yeah, and
God,
that
these are awful.
yeah, that happened, and there was a live orchestra on stage, so I did it right next to one of the band members, and also
It was very tastefully done.
It was also my ex-girlfriend and her. parents were in the audience.
What a
and
nightmare.
And I could see them
my
on the
God.
opening night. I could
audience.
see them opening night. So I've had some, honestly, now that you say it, I've had some really bad experiences on stage. I've had a nightmare
now
run.
that you think about it.
Now, if you lay it all out there, man, what a bad life I've led.
Well, it's not going to get any better, Dylan.
Yeah,
because
because-
guess what?
What?
It's time to exploit our guest's armor class and attack with advantage. These are some critical questions.
Oh,
Dylan, what is the meanest thing you've ever tweeted to a Snyderverse troll?
Weren't expecting that one, were you, you piece of shit?
no. Oh, wow.
Tell us, Dylan.
The meanest thing? I don't know. I think I have never really tweeted at someone. I've just tweeted in general. I think the meanest thing was just that I think I said something along the lines of, I respect the man for what he's done in his life, but I don't care about anything he produces.
Man, that's at the core of the substance of it. Wow.
Yeah, no, I truly, my anger is never really like an angry mean. It's more of a righteous cold anger at this point, and that is what I have for you.
Perfect.
And all of the Snyderverse fans is, you can love what you love, but I don't care at all about your wants.
Who is Chicken Dylan?
Chicken Dylan is someone who lives deep inside me and has never returned, but there was one harrowing evening when I ate too much chicken, too many chicken strips, and I think something clicked in my brain that decided to make me go feral. And all I really remember is screaming. I was hanging out with Nick that night, and I remember screaming in his face and throwing pillows at him as if we were having a pillow fight, but like too hard. And I remember Nick, the fear in his eyes as we were just brand new friends, and just looked at me like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? This isn't a good joke or fun for me. And I remember hearing him.
We ended this bit like an hour ago, Dylan. What is happening?
I remember hearing him, but not doing anything about it.
Let's get to James Lipton with this here. Can we speak to Chicken Dylan now?
I don't think so. I think that,
We don't have any fucking chicken, Nick, you idiot.
one, I don't have any chicken, and two,
He
I
cannot
feel
be
like if I
summoned
look-
without
Can
chicken.
you access him?
You know, I feel like if you've listened to Hero Club, 7 is as close to Chicken Dylan as you're probably going to get.
So like a little Lord Chaos Fauntleroy?
Yes.
Yeah, but more feral. You cannot
It's a little
speak to
more
him
like
next
your
time.
Cupid from the first season of Hero Club that
That's
is dead.
That's more. The thing is, that's actually true, but no one has heard that.
Yeah, but you could give us like a little
that's
taste
the
of
closest. Oh, let me get
Just say
into it.
Chicken Dylan
it was-
instead of
that.
Cupid.
Give us a little
It was
Chicken
just
Dylan
Cupid.
taste.
How did I do Cupid? It was.
Like really gross as fuck.
Yeah, no, it was like. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh.
Fucking yuck.
It was that
Chicken
laugh.
Dylan's here to stay. Stop it.
That's
right,
what I was
well-
looking for. That's what I was looking
Chicken
for.
Dylan has died in a fire that has broken out in your room. And real Dylan, you can escape, but you may only save 3 frivolous decorative items that have no real world function. Which
Fucking
items
scorched
do
your
you
ass.
choose?
Welcome to the jungle,
Which items
Dylan.
do you choose, Dylan? Choose your items, Dylan.
Which of your babies do you save?
Decorations. Okay, so
Which
I'm
of your
gonna
crazy decorations?
I'm gonna save the Nelson and Murdoch attorneys at law plaque that I have.
Go
a Daredevil
on.
reference for those who don't know. I mean, decorative. So like, do just DVD boxes that I have out as display count, or is that another function?
Would you save them?
Those can count.
Yeah, okay, so then I'd go with the complete collector's edition Blu-ray set of Gravity Falls, and then...
Not Lord of the Rings like I thought was going.
Well, no, but that's not in my room. That's not in my room, so...
You're right.
And then I guess I'd have to, I have a framed, this is a flex, a framed opening night, playbill of Hamilton.
That is a flex.
Because I was there.
Oh, shit.
Because I
That
was
is a
there.
flex.
Because as people now have heard of my story with musical theater, I was there on Broadway opening night.
Holy shit.
And I guess those are the three. But man, that's so much shit going in the fire.
Oh man. Well done. You survived,
You're-
Dylan.
They'll all be remembered.
You survived. They'll all be remembered. Your skyhook from fucking Bioshock,
Infinite.
Yeah, my
Your
entire
poster of
Ellie,
Mario.
Looking at it?
my Ellie statue from Last of Us Part 2.
Oh my god.
My
All that
my
shit is
mask
burning
from
up.
Persona 5. It's so much money.
Oh my god, I can only imagine. Oh god. Well, hey, if anybody's been listening, by the way, now that the critical questions have ended, if anybody's been listening to City of Mirrors and you've been listening to Vanya Baranov, that is, of course, Dylan's pure id at work. Dylan, tell us a little bit about Vanya Baranov and coming up with his crazy frickin' ass.
Well, I think so. Vanya, when we were going into the season, we had realized that as a player character, as like a villain, because I play a lot of villains and weird NPCs, but I never played a player character who was truly unhinged and didn't know what he was going to do from moment to moment. And when we were going over it and going over like the tropes that we were playing with, because we were doing like, this is our Atlantis season, this is our Atlantis, our Indiana Jones season. So I thought, okay, well, I want to be like, the mole man from like the French mole man from
Molière.
Atlantis. Yeah, Molière.
you have to stop the death.
But I wanted something different. And so he's basically barely different because he's just Russian, but but Vanya, I just wanted something that could be absolutely unhinged and I could do whatever I wanted and it would be justified. And I have done that. I will
say you are very different from Molière.
Huh?
You've gotten your original take on like a Molière figure is far enough away from Molière.
Oh.
Like Vanya is Vanya believes in politics and real things, and Molière was a like dirt pervert.
Yeah.
Dirt pervert. I mean, we do get... Vanya does dive head on into the Bolshevik Revolution and what it entailed. So, like,
this came from just D&D, for those who don't know, he's a re-themed and also very powered down because of what he can't do, artificer from D&D. So he should... So in
because one of
D&D,
our rules
he would have a lot of...
no outward magic.
Right, so he uses magic just because the artificer comes with a flamethrower and all these things. But a lot of the things are kind of toned down. But because of that, when you roll an artificer, his highest stat is intelligence. Intelligence is he is the smartest person in the party, actually. And I thought that was just very funny. That he would be very,
insane genius.
very smart, but just complete off the wall with it, and only smart about certain things. So that is something to always remember when listening to City of Mirrors, is that he's the smartest person in the room. If he doesn't know something, he just doesn't care about it.
And man, does Vanya have some time to shine in this upcoming episode 3 of City of Mirrors, coming out next Tuesday.
Yeah.
For some of some unhinged Vanya moments. Oh yeah, no, I'm in the middle. I've already scored it, put the music to it, and it's bonkers.
I can't wait for that.
We live together.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
show
yeah.
you.
Yeah, it'll be really good. But there's a lot of really great Vanya stuff coming down the pipe this season, and that character is so fun to watch you. I mean, you do get to, like, every time we've played, even just for fun, most of the time you are playing like a pretty lawful character to some degree. Like, there is even if you're playing like a barbarian, you're a barbarian with like a very specific morals and like a rigid guideline of how you live your life. And it is really fun just watching you like completely untethered in this season. Just like this one episode, I'm gonna actively hate Nick's character, and one episode he's gonna be my best friend in the world.
Well,
and that's just how it's gonna swing.
That's something funny because I knew that you still have no idea what Vanya actually thinks of your character, and I can't wait for you to actively ask, because or that to come up, because that is a thing I decided. I've told George what it is, but that is the thing that I decided early, and it's I get tickled by what Vanya does. I like how Vanya does
Vanya's little secrets.
I like how Vanya acts in the world.
Dude, this has been awesome. Thank you for doing this.
Of course.
This is dope. Is there anything that, before we wrap up for the day, is there anything that you've got going on that you want to plug? Obviously, you have your Twitch channel. When can we see you streaming?
Yeah, so on my Twitch, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday from 6 p.m. to 10. And not much I want to plug. I'm just happy to be here with y'all.
Watch McCollum, though, right?
Yeah, watch McCollum. So it's a pun. I'm sorry. I'm forever sorry.
On his last name, right?
Yeah, on my last name. It's whatchamacallum. And also, I'm sure once this is all done, I will remember every single restaurant I've ever been to in Boston, and I will tweet that out to people about the recommendations.
Yes, everybody tweet Dylan with your Boston Rex. Well,
yeah, I want a full laid out list.
Guys, I think that'll just about do us for the day. And thank you so much for listening to Members Only, and your continued followership of Hero Club just means the world to us. We broke 1,000 followers this month, which is a huge deal for us because we thought it was just a silly, fun thing that we got to do with our friends, and it's so great knowing that people enjoy it as much as we do. So keep following us, please, on Instagram. We're Hero Club Podcast on Instagram and on Twitter. Or are we Hero Club Pod on Twitter? Dylan, you actually...
We're at Hero Club Pod on Twitter.
Yeah, Hero Club Pod on Twitter.
And so please follow us and keep listening to City of Mirrors, which is coming out every other Tuesday. So we'll get one this coming Tuesday. So thank you so much, and bye.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to Hero Club, members only. Glad to have you. This is where we talk about all the things that we don't get to say on the show, 'cause that's not our thing. Welcome to Hero Club, members only.